Hey fellow artists, this is Mr. Becker. For our last lesson, we are going to be making self-portraits in an anime style. For this, you might need a mirror to see yourself, or you could use a photo, or you could just use your imagination, have the character resemble you as closely as possible. Now, this could be all different types of styles. It could be more realistic. It could even take a approach from one of your favorite cartoons. So if you want to add cat ears or any of that. Now, if we're doing a self-portrait, we're going to be looking at the proportions of the face. You're going to notice that I'm going to be dividing the face into different sections. This is always a good approach, whether you're drawing just a realistic self-portrait or an animation. First thing you want to start off with, a circle. Now, draw lightly. Remember that the circle doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but just move your pencil in a circular motion. Try to get a nice circle. This is how you always want to start off a portrait. Now what we're going to create is called the line of symmetry. This is just a reference line that we will erase later. So draw a line right down the middle. Next, you're going to want to create the jawline. Now try not to make this jawline too sharp or jagged, just a little bit smooth. Let's try to make it maybe the same on both sides. Now you can erase that edge of the circle that we will no longer need. And you're going to find out that this makes a pretty darn good shape for a face. Whether it's anime or not, this is how you want to start out a face. Now find the center of that face shape and draw a line going across. This is about where your eyes are going to be lying. Now you can draw any sort of style of eye. There are so many different types in anime. The ones that I'm going to create, they're going to rest right underneath this line. I'm going to start out with a curved oval. You'll notice that eyes are always in the very center of the head. Remember, this is stylized as anime. Your eyes might be different, maybe a different expression than what I'm going to be showing. I'm just going to complete this with a straight line. I'm trying to make these eyes look a little bit more like they're smiling. Now, if you are drawing a girl, you might want to make these lines around the eyes a little bit darker. Even for boys, but typically the drawing will look more feminine if you have thicker eyelashes. For the pupils. And if you want, I see a lot of kids in art class adding reflection to the eyes. So you could add a little circle inside. I'm going to come back and erase the existing line inside this circle so it looks like a bright little shimmer inside the eyes. Now, dividing the bottom half of the face in half, this is where we're going to start creating the nose. Now, for my nose, I'm just going to be drawing a triangle. It's super simple. If you notice anime faces, they're very simplified. I shade that in very lightly. You could make yours a little bit different if you'd like to. Don't forget eyebrows. I almost forgot those. The eyebrows and the eyes are what are going to really create the expression of the character. To keep it simple, you're going to have just a little bit more of a blank expression for this drawing. For the mouth, now there's all sorts of different types of styles you can do for the mouth. I'm going to make mine a little bit more like a smile. I want my self-portrait to look a little bit more happy. I'm just going to draw what looks like an upside down D. shading half of it so there's teeth included. We can now erase all those pre-existing lines that no longer we will need. Those were just there so we know the placement of where everything's going to go. Shade this in a little darker so it's a bit more prominent. Now for the hair, realize that the hair does not start on the very top of the head. You're going to want to maybe create a little line here to show where the scalp starts. From here, you can begin to draw a simplified version of your own hair. I have a little bit of a longer hair, so I'm going to try my best to create this. Before I forget, know that the ears always start, the top of the ears start where the eyebrows are. And here I go again, back to my hair. Maybe if you've seen anime from your favorite cartoon, you'll notice that the hair is simplified shapes. Sometimes it can be spiky, it can be wavy. In this case, I'm going to try to make my hair a little curly or wavy. Now, if you don't like it, know that you can always change it, just like I have here. Erase the reference lines. I'm going to take a second attempt at that side of my bangs. Now once you're becoming a little bit more confident, you can come back with your pencil and press maybe a little harder, make it a bit more bold. Next step, we're going to begin drawing the neck. Now, typically in a realistic portrait, you want the neck to connect right below the ears. In animation, the neck is typically a little bit smaller. So don't make it too skinny, but know that typically the line for the neck will go right below the ears. And if you'd like, you can create a shirt, any sort of wardrobe that you prefer. And this is our anime drawing. Can't wait to see what you have.